Hi guys, it's Nick James here. I thought today we'd try something a little bit different, and that is to use an amp modeler in a DAW to try and get the tone of a famous player. More and more players are using amp modelers these days, so it should be easier than ever to get their tones. And the subject of today's video has recently made the switch himself. In the past he's used Buddha amps, he's used PRS amps, but he recently bought a Line 6 Helix LT and he's been using it all the time, and it's all over his new record with his band Blackstone Cherry on their record Family Tree. And it is of course the one and only Chris Robertson. So if we start with just a blank patch, we talk about the guitars first. He uses guitars with humbuckers, he uses guitars with P90s, he uses Strats, but the common theme amongst all of them is that the pickups fall into the vintage range. Humbuckers will be somewhere between 8 and 9k in his most common guitars, and the same with P90s. When he's got them at the bridge, it'll be a classic voiced one. So the guitar I'm using is my Carina Epiphone Explorer with bare knuckle Nantucket P90s, and I know Chris himself is a big fan of the Nantucket. In fact, it was him that turned me onto it. We were chatting, and yeah, he said it's a really good P90, so it went in my Explorer, and that's the guitar I'm going to use for today's video. So just clean, just through a normal Plexi style Marshall. Sounds nothing like Blackstone Cherry, right? So start, we need the right amp. So let's bring up our menu. Push Tweed. He loves that classic Fender about to explode kind of sound, and you can definitely hear it in the Buddha amps he was using and the PRS Sonzera. So obviously you want a lot of gain but a lot of clarity, so let's dime the master. He uses 4x12 cabs, get a decent one with vintage 30 speakers. It's not bad. He's got a very bright articulate sound, so let's give a bit more treble. Smidge more presence. What are the mids doing? They're a little scooped. Put a few more mids back in. Actually, there might be a little bit too much gain there, so let's back that off. I think that's pretty close. Maybe just put a bit more of that gain back in. That's not bad for a rhythm tone. Sadly, with YouTube the way it is today, I'm not allowed to play any Blackstone Cherry riffs, but yeah, that's not far off. Not a bad rhythm tone. For his lead, he doesn't use many effects. He will use a wah and a fuzz. So let's try a couple of different fuzzes. Let's go crazy. I know he likes unusual fuzz. If you want to get anywhere close to his lead style, it's got to be big bends and big vibrato. I might be a little bit too crazy. No, I'm not feeling that. Big Murph. See, that seems too thick and not articulate enough. Let's go old school. And then obviously he's a big Crybaby fan. Actually, I've known him to use the Zakk Wylde one, I've known him to use a Vox. By Jove, I think that's pretty close. It's not exact, it's probably not the settings he's using. If I was going to record with that myself, I'd put some 10-band EQ. If you're using like a line 6 or something, or similar, and you want to get his kind of vibe for a gig, what you need is solid body guitar, vintage output pickups, whether that's P90 or humbucker, you'll get pretty close. A old school wah pedal on the floor, and then into the modeler itself, a vintage style fuzz set fairly high, amp wise an old tweed bassman, cab wise something modern with 4x12 speakers. And that should certainly get you in the ballpark. Anyway, I've been Nick James. Thank you for watching. Hope you found this interesting. If you have, please name some other artists in the comments and I will do my very best to do those for you. Until next time, take care and see ya.